Hey everyone, my name is Leah and welcome back to my channel. It's the morning of Halloween and I just kind of impromptu decided yesterday that I would do a Halloween reading vlog, so that's what this is going to be. I've been up for a tiny bit but I haven't made breakfast yet. I've already done a tiny bit of reading and I've listened to a bit of the audiobook that I'm listening to. I'm listening to Big Little Lies and I have less than an hour left, so I think I will definitely finish that today. I just started getting to the point where like everything in the book is coming together and it's really interesting, so I am definitely, I think, going to finish this today just because I want to know what happens. So I'm going to go make myself some breakfast. I'll probably do some reading. I think I'm going to go on a walk later. This week was the second week at my new job. It's only part-time and I'm actually working from home, but I think I'm going to treat myself with some Dunkin' Donuts because it's Halloween and I want Halloween themed donuts, and I also haven't had Dunkin' Donuts in like months and months, so I think I'm going to do that today. Hello everyone, I am back, and yes, I'm wearing different glasses. That is because I was standing at the counter in the kitchen making my avocado toast, and then my glasses just broke out of nowhere. All of a sudden a lens fell and I couldn't see, and I was like, what just happened? Those glasses didn't have as much of a frame on the bottom. It was just like a little, I don't know, plastic wire thing. I don't know the technical term, but that just snapped and the lens fell, and then all of a sudden I couldn't see and I had to go find my backup glasses, which are these. Apparently I will be wearing these from now on because my other glasses have broken. I'll have to get some new glasses soon because now I don't have any backup glasses, so if these break, I will not be able to see, which is not fun. I went to Dunkin' Donuts. Where did I put my coffee? I left my coffee downstairs. I got coffee, I got a spider donut. I also got this spicy ghost pepper donut, which sounds a little bit disgusting, but it's limited edition for Halloween, and I figured it would be funny to try on camera. So I'm going to be doing that in a moment. I finished Big Little Lies and I really enjoyed it and I really liked the audio. I do think that the audio can be a little hard to follow at times just because there are so many women and so many children, and I had a hard time following like what woman was who and what woman went with what child, and I was just confused. But I really enjoyed it, and it especially got interesting right at the end, and I really liked how it ended. And now I'm very interested in going and watching the TV show, especially because I know my friend RC has seen the TV show and he really likes the TV show, though he hasn't read the book, and I'm really excited to watch that, and especially because RC told me which character Reese Witherspoon plays, so whenever it was focused on that character I could just picture Reese Witherspoon, especially because it's a very similar character to her character in the Little Fires Everywhere TV show, which I have seen. Reese Witherspoon can really play like suburban, weird, gossipy, problematic white women very well. So I know that she's going to kill that role, so I'm excited to see that. After I finished the audiobook of Big Little Lies, I actually finally finished the audio of Grown by Tiffany D. Jackson, which I have been most of the way through for a couple of weeks now. That was actually a buddy read with RC, and I had kind of put off finishing it just because a lot of the book, it's very, very good, but it was very difficult to get through because there's a lot of stuff about sexual assault and grooming and things like that, so it is very difficult to get through. But I finally finished that. I really wanted to finish it before the end of the month because RC finished it like a week or two ago. And the ending of Grown, oh my god. Please go read Grown. Like I said, there are some very difficult topics in it, so please look up trigger warnings beforehand if that's something that you need, because there are tons and it is difficult to get through. I would say I listened to the audio. I don't know how reading the physical would be, but I think listening to the audio might have been even a little harder than reading the physical would be because you hear this stuff happening and it's very difficult to get through. But oh my god, Tiffany D. Jackson did it again. Monday's Not Coming was an automatic 5-star for me. That book was breathtaking. And now she did it again with Grown. She's amazing. I love her. Please read Grown. It's stunning. So good. RC and I are now in like our own private Tiffany D. Jackson fan club. Actually, our friend Reagan also loves Tiffany D. Jackson. So I think 3 of us are our own little Tiffany D. Jackson fan club. The only book of hers I haven't read so far is Allegedly, which I think RC and I are going to read at some point. Probably not until next year because I know RC's doing Nano in November and December is his Star Wars month, so we might not read Allegedly until next year, but like we are planning on reading all of Tiffany D. Jackson's books in the future. She's so good. The ending of that book, wow, what a good book. What a good book. So yeah, I finished 2 books today, which is a lot, but you know, both of them so far have been audiobooks and I was most of the way through them already. But I'm now getting very close to hitting 200 books on my Goodreads goal for this year, which the goal was originally 100. Then I started reading a lot, kind of like a little bit of the ways into quarantine because I had time on my hands and it was like the only thing keeping me sane. So I've been doing a lot of reading, especially because I haven't been working until the past couple of weeks. So I've been doing a lot of reading and I increased my goal to 150. I hit that, I think, last month, and now I'm at 198, I think. And I would like to finish at least 1 more book today, if not more. How much do I have left in Mexican Gothic? I'm not used to these glasses. I have a bit over 100 pages left in Mexican Gothic, so I'm hoping I can get through that today. I also want to try to read at least some of The Bone Rich by Rin Chupeco, because I was supposed to read this month, didn't get to it, haven't started it, but it's such a gorgeous book and it's perfect for Halloween, I feel. Just like the title, the cover, everything just screams Halloween. I might get to that today, we will see. I at least want to start it. I'm gonna drink a little bit of water before I start this weird donut. Time for the moment of truth. I'm going to try the spicy ghost pepper donut from Dunkin' Donuts. So the only thing I've really heard about this donut is that it's sweet and then you get a little bit of spicy, which is weird. I don't actually quite know what is on this. I'm wondering, it looks kind of like the strawberry frosting, which would be weird. And then there's some sort of sprinkles on top that I'm assuming is the spicy, unless there's also spicy in the frosting. But also, why would you make a spicy... This just feels like a weird, odd combination that's probably going to be horrible. But I'm going to try it. Here we go. Why would you make this donut? It's literally just a normal strawberry frosted donut, and that's all you taste for like a few seconds, and then you just get spicy. And that's it. I will probably eat this whole donut because I did spend money on this. I unfortunately spent money on this donut. I don't know what I expected, but it was not this. Who sat down and said this was a good idea? And it's not even like that spicy. I feel like if you're calling it like a ghost pepper donut, and ghost pepper is supposed to be, you know, the spiciest pepper in the world, I think. Am I wrong on that? I feel like it's the spiciest pepper in the world. I have a low spice tolerance. Like, it's definitely gotten better. It used to be really bad, and I have been trying to increase it. But like, I have a white person spice tolerance, and like, that was not that spicy. If you say ghost pepper, I am expecting to have like my nose running from the spice. I am expecting for this donut to like clear my sinuses. Maybe if I eat the whole donut it'll clear my sinuses? I don't know. Well, I guess I'll keep eating it. It really is like you only taste a regular strawberry frosted donut for a little bit, and then you just get like a little bit of kick. This is not enough spice for a ghost pepper donut. Duncan, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? I can't believe they call this a ghost pepper donut. Does anyone actually like this donut? Uh-oh, no. I think there are places where sugar and spice can go together. There are dishes where that can happen. Not this donut. I need to go get my coffee from downstairs. I need another taste in my mouth. I'm not strong enough to finish this. Because here's the thing, because I have a low spice tolerance, like spicy food does bother me. But it's worth it when it tastes good. This is not worth it. I only have like 3 more bites left. Am I strong enough? Don't try this at home, kids. That was an experience. That donut made me feel slightly dead inside. If I was giving that donut a star rating, it would be a 1 out of 5. Maybe even a half star. If I'm doing half stars, that'll be the half star donut. I need some sort of other taste in my mouth. I'm gonna go find a mint or something. I just need some other sort of taste in my mouth. I think after this I'll try to read some of Mexican Gothic and maybe some of The Bone Witch. I might sit outside and read a little bit later. I might also go on a walk because it's kind of nice out today. I will update you later. I really can't get this donut taste out of my mouth. Please do not eat this donut. Don't eat this donut. I ate this donut so you don't have to. Don't do it. I don't recommend it. Alright, I'm gonna go get this taste out of my mouth and check in with y'all later. Hello. I have been terrible at updating today because it is past midnight, which means my Halloween reading vlog is over. Technically, I did some of the reading past midnight, but we're gonna count that for Halloween. I did not end up finishing The Bone Witch. I did get to page 178, which is a bit under halfway through, which you can see here. I'm enjoying it so far. It's really interesting, and I especially like the magic in this book. The main character is a bone witch, and she has like kind of necromancy related magic, and there's all sorts of other magic, and there's like these heart glasses that are very interesting, and you can actually like give other people your heart, and I just find this magic so interesting, and I can't wait to finish this book, and I think I'm definitely going to continue on in this series because it's really interesting so far. But this is also a pretty fast read. I find I'm getting through it pretty quickly. Since I last updated though, I finished 3 books. Before you say anything, yes, I pretty much did nothing other than read today. That's like all I did today because I didn't have any other Halloween plans, and to distract myself from that, I decided to just read all day. So that's what happened there. I also just realized that I gave every single one of those 3 books 3 stars each, which is interesting. The first thing I finished was Mexican Gothic, and I enjoyed, I think, it's hard to say because the end was more fast paced and kept me more engaged, like the last bit of it. And more of the beginning was a little slower, and I've seen a lot of people complain about that being boring, and I think I was a little bored for some of it. But I had some problems with some certain plot things at the end that are very spoilery, so I can't really get into them. If you have read Mexican Gothic and want to talk to me about them, though, let me know, because it's things I definitely want to discuss. But I feel like there's a couple small plot things that just kind of, I don't know, were too convenient or didn't make as much sense. And then there was a plot thing that I just didn't like. So the whole time I was reading this book, I was pretty sure it was going to be a 3.5 or a 4, but then the stuff that I wasn't a fan of at the end did bring it down to a 3, but I know plenty of people really, really enjoy this book, so don't necessarily take that as like me saying you shouldn't read it. 3 stars also vary wildly for me, and not all 3 stars are equal, and just because I rated something 3 stars doesn't mean it was bad. 3 stars is a good rating. If I don't like a book, I'll rate it 1 or 2 stars. But yeah, if you've read that book, let me know what you think. Also, if I am not talking clearly right now, and if I look slightly dead inside, it's because I'm exhausted. It's almost 2 a.m. I'm very tired, which actually means it's almost 1 a.m. because daylight savings is happening, so we're going to gain an hour. So at 2, the clock will go back to 1. The next thing that I read was actually an arc that I had gotten via NetGalley, and that's I Hope You're Listening by Tom Ryan. And this actually came out October 6th, I think. I actually got approved for it after the release date. I'm not really sure why that happened, because at that point, if it's already been released, I'd prefer to read a finished copy, but I got approved for it, so I read it on NetGalley. And this is like a YA mystery thriller contemporary type book. It was definitely a fast read. I got through it very, very quickly, especially the last half I like zoomed through, so it's definitely a pretty easy read. And I also really appreciate that the main character is sapphic, and I liked that, and there was a sapphic relationship in it. However, there wasn't as much relationship and character development as I wanted. I felt like some things were kind of surface level, and especially the relationship, like I just didn't really understand why they were together. Like they weren't bad for each other or anything, but I just wasn't super connected with them. I also thought a couple things were kind of predictable, but I feel like that's probably something that will happen for me with YA mysteries. But this book just left me like wanting a little bit more from it. I do know, other people enjoyed this book, so I do think people would like this, especially if they're looking for a YA mystery with a sapphic main character. I can't make coherent thoughts right now. I'm so tired, both like physically, emotionally, and I'm like exhausted from reading, because I finished 5 books today. And I made my way through a good chunk of this. And yes, like 3 of those books I was already a pretty good chunk of the way into, and like with Big Little Lies and Grown, I had, I think, like an hour left in the audiobook, and I definitely listened to them on faster than 1x speed. So those I was already almost done with, and Mexican Gothic, like I think I was about halfway through, so I read half of that. But then I read most of I Hope You're Listening. I was a little bit into it, but I think I read over 2/3 of it today. And then the last book that I read today, I read the entire audiobook of, and technically this is the one I finished after midnight, and I also did some reading of The Bone Witch after midnight. But I'm going to count that as finished in October, even though it technically isn't, but I don't want to have to include that on my November wrap-up, so that's going on October. But that was Every Last Word by Tamara Ireland Stone, which is a YA contemporary, And I wish Scribd let you go faster than 2 times speed, because the narrator of this audiobook spoke so slowly. And I'd say usually I listen to audiobooks anywhere between 1.5 and 2 speed. Sometimes if a narrator is really slow, I'll go up to like 2.25, and in extreme cases like 2.5, 2.6, that's like the highest I'll usually go. But Scribd only lets you go to 2 times speed, and this narrator was so slow. I usually work my way up with audiobook speed, so I start on like 1.25, and then as I get used to the narration and the story, I'll increase it depending on how I feel about the narration. This increased to 2 times speed within like 5 minutes, and then I was like, I need this to go faster, please. Why are you talking so slowly? So I don't really know how much of a fan of the narrator I was. This is a YA contemporary that follows a girl with OCD. The one thing about this is I'm not sure how good the OCD rep is. That's not something I can speak to, and I know from the author's note that the author does not have OCD but did a lot of research into OCD and had like mental health professionals review the book to make sure they're like portraying things accurately, but I'm not sure how good the rep is, so that's not something I can speak to. I feel like I wanted a little bit more from like the characters of this book. Like the main character was decently explored, but kind of the side characters all felt sort of not explored enough, and I also wasn't really a fan of the main romance in the book. I don't know, maybe it was because I was tired and I finished 4 other books today, but I didn't care about them as much as I wish I did. There was some stuff that was surprising about the book that did surprise me, but I'm not going to talk about what, because spoilers. So I think the second half of the book, and it might even be like the last third of the book, was stronger than the first bit. I was definitely kind of bored for a while in the book, and if I had been reading this physically, I might have DNF'd it. I even considered DNFing the audio, but also a lot of people really like this book. Like, it has a 4.25 average rating on Goodreads. So I feel like this is kind of one of those things where I'm in the minority. I didn't dislike the book, but I wasn't like obsessed with it. So it got 3 stars. Yeah, that's the reading that I got done. I'm a little bummed I didn't finish The Bone Witch, so I guess this is now going on to the November TBR, along with all the other books I was supposed to read in October and didn't. I just ate my other donut that I got from Dunkin' Donuts. That was like their spider Halloween donut. That tasted like a normal donut. Thank you. I needed that after the spicy ghost pepper grossness. That was horrible. Chipotle had their like Halloween buy one get one free deal that normally you have to dress up and go and you can get it, but I guess because of COVID they did it where you texted a number to get the buy one get one free, so I got Chipotle for dinner. I had some candy corn because it's Halloween. I know candy corn is a divisive subject and a lot of people don't like it. I will say as I get older, I think I'm starting to like it less because it's so sugary. As a kid, I really liked the like pumpkin ones, which I had a couple of the pumpkins and then like normal candy corn. And I think I might not like the pumpkins anymore because they're just so sugary and they're like bigger and it's just a lot of sugar. So I might have to switch to only normal candy corn, which is weird because I was obsessed with those pumpkins as a kid. I loved eating those candy corn pumpkins. But I think that's all I have. I feel like this vlog was very chaotic and I think I only have like 2 updates in it. So I don't even know how this vlog is going to look like. Oh, I forgot to say I went and sat and read outside, which you probably will have seen through vlog footage. And then I didn't take any footage of this, but then I went on a walk around my neighborhood and kind of the surrounding area, which was nice. And I saw some people's like Halloween decorations, which was nice, and there were just a lot of like fall leaves on the ground, and it was really crunchy and nice. I was not expecting to finish 5 books today, and then I did. I don't know how that happened. I was also expecting to finish The Bone Witch. I wasn't expecting to read every last word today at all. That just happened because I finished the other audiobooks I was listening to, and then I was doing something where I wanted to be listening to an audiobook while I was doing it, and I was like, what audiobook should I pick up? And I picked that up, and I was like, I'll probably get like a quarter of the way through this. No, I finished it. Don't know how that happened. I don't know if I'm going to do much of any reading tomorrow, because I'm like all read out because I finished 5 books today. I'm exhausted. But if you made it this far in the video, let me know what you did on Halloween. I'd love to hear about it, even if it was not really anything Halloween-y, because let's be honest, I didn't do anything Halloween-y today other than, like, eat candy corn and that Dunkin' Donuts donut. Not the ghost pepper one. That is not Halloween-y. That is an abomination. But the spider one, that's Halloween-y, right? But yeah, let me know what you did on Halloween, because I'll probably be posting this several days after Halloween. Let me know if you did any reading on Halloween and what you read. Let me know if you've read any of the books that I mentioned in this video. And if you've made it this far in the video, leave a donut emoji for the actually, like, normal donut that I consumed, but also the abomination to this earth that should never have been invented, the Dunkin' Donuts spicy ghost pepper donut. That donut was disgusting. I cannot believe I ate that whole thing just because I'm stubborn and I was like, I'm going to eat it on camera. And then I took a bite of it and it was disgusting. But I was like, I said I was going to do this, so now I must do this for the vlog. Do I have regrets about that donut? Maybe. Maybe. But yeah, thank you so much for watching this slightly chaotic Halloween reading vlog where I finished 5 books and am now suffering. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you later. 3 stars very wide. Can I speak words? I can't make coherent thoughts right now. I'm so tired. God, I'm tired.